We're back at Disney.
Yay!
Saratoga Springs. We
On the grandstands. Right?
flew in yesterday. Our anniversary was a couple of days ago, but we flew in yesterday, and as you can tell, we're here during the COVID pandemic, and so we'll have masks on almost all during the video. Back at a Disney park. It's been what, since February? And we are back August, what, 16th?
Yep.
Anniversary a couple of days ago. And as you notice, we have masks on. We'll have those on all the time. We're in public areas at Disney. There are a few areas, I guess, that they let you take them off and relax. A couple of things that have changed with the COVID-19 precautions that they're taking with the reopen is the parking is paid for. You have to pay for it with a credit card, debit card, something cashless. They won't take cash. Not a problem for us. We have annual pass, so it's free. And then they park. Initially, when they're parking everybody, they do every other space so that there's not so many people around you when you're getting out of your car. And then later they'll go back and fill those in because there's less people getting in there. And then also there's no trams operating, so wherever you park you're gonna have to walk. So we are, it said 0.27 miles from the entry, so quarter of a mile, and that is a fairly easy walk. The parks are rumored to be what, about 20% full or less capacity, so we'll let you guys know how it is when we get in there. If the walking is too much for someone in your party, they do have this area here which is for pickup of people who are not up for the walk. So if you're parked farther back and somebody wants to be picked up at the end of a long day at a park, you can just swing up there and pick them up. So that's nice since they're not operating the trams. So I don't think I'll be able to record much through the medical screening or the security, but I'll tell you guys about it afterwards. So the first place we're going to be going is the temperature screening, and they will take our temperature and make sure that we don't have a fever. Elaine and I actually brought a temporal scanner, one of the ones you just push the button on, so that we can check our temperature in the morning, make sure everything's good before we even go out in public. But I'll put the camera away while we're going through and doing this, but we'll go get that done.
Directions for temperature screening. Please wear a face covering at all times during the temperature screening process. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing. Clean your hands often and maintain physical distancing.
Here's the requirements for face coverings. At least 2 layers, must fully cover the nose and chin, snugly, ear loops, and you don't have to hold them. Okay, so the temperature screening is as easy as you would expect. You just step up, they take your temperature and tell you to enjoy your day.
5 seconds.
So here's another thing that was different from old days, is they're not going through your bags anymore to avoid the touching of all of your items for your safety and theirs, I suppose. So they just run you through a metal detector, and I just held my backpack up like that and the GoPro up, and it went through without beeping or anything. I did put all of my metal objects in a Ziploc bag so I could pull them out and show them if necessary. I don't know if sometimes it's more aggressive than that, but now that we're in here, it's pretty much a normal look. Maybe just less people.
A lot less people.
And there's the Animal Kingdom ticket booths. So as you come in the gates, you just put your magic band up. You no longer put your fingerprint on there, obviously to avoid everybody touching the same spot. And other than that, it works just like normal. One of the things I love about Animal Kingdom right when you come in is just that feeling of cooled down. It feels like you're walking into a forest right away. It's about 91 today and fairly humid, but so far the masks aren't too bad. And but when you walk into Animal Kingdom, it is it is kind of a cooling experience and a cool experience. Okay, so what's our plans?
We're gonna do flight of passage and then eat.
Go see what flight of passage wait time is anyways, huh?
Yeah.
And then go eat. Last time we were here, it was 3 hours, right?
Almost everything.
So we'll compare that. Now, we did see a bunch of people leaving, and you have to, one of the things I didn't mention earlier is you have to reserve your day at the park. So they have a limited number of reservations at each park, and there's no park hopping right now. So you're not going to be able to go like to Epcot for the food or something after you're done with Animal Kingdom, or like Animal Kingdom closes tonight at 6, so that's it for the day. You're not going to be able to jump over to another park. But with that, obviously, there's less crowds, and when anybody leaves the park, that's somebody who reserved for the whole day, and so that's one less person at the park. So we'll let you know how ride times are as we get going. These would be the wait line with 6-foot markers for flight of passage. Oh yeah, and they have them on that side too. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how they're doing that. Elaine says that they're probably just taking one from either side and going up there. So obviously there's some long wait times still, because those go quite a ways back. So flight of passage still being, well, maybe the most popular ride at Disney, huh? As far as wait times?
Yeah.
Because it's one of the newest. Until Tron comes. And Tron wait times are going to be crazy whenever they start. Okay, so already a correction. The line on the other side was for Navi River. What's the official name? Navi River Journey. We've never seen much of a line for that, actually. Huh? Sure. That may be the best my smile's ever looked on photos. So the PhotoPass people are still around. You do leave your masks on, I think, is the rules, right? You leave your mask on while you're getting your PhotoPass done, and have a cool 2020 reminder of what Disney was like in 2020. Okay, so we'll show you how pen trading is working during this. How does pen trading differ now? This is our first day back into Disney since February.
You guys just handle the board, or? Okay. Which one you want? Okay.
Okay.
I want that bell. Pull this out so I can...
Oh, and then you guys sanitize them? That is such a cool process. So you tell them what you want when you come to a pin board, and then you give them yours, and they sanitize them, and then put them back on the board, and they hand you the sanitized pins off of the board.
Can I do this one over here? Absolutely.
So Elaine's going to get the bell.
And you just going to grab it up in there?
There?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's see. I want to do
Yeah.
that one.
That's a good one.
And then, can you get a pin off for me, Elaine?
Pin off for you?
Yeah.
Oh, you put this on backwards.
That's
How about
fine.
we
We
trade
can
a
fix
dog
it
for a
later.
dog?
Okay.
So we'll drop him in there.
And there.
And then we'll pick this one up. I'll just...
Okay, we're ready for the trivia.
So you have to choose from world, plants, or animals.
Oh, let's go animals.
Okay. Did you know that most of Pandora animals, like the white wolf or the dinosaur, have 6 legs?
Oh. Wow.
Most of the animals here on Pandora do.
Okay.
We'll have to watch that while we're doing the ride.
You're down at the Navi River and you
Take a look and see. Okay, well that's awesome.
Awesome, thank you guys.
You're welcome. Oh, outside of that fancy.
So that is a really cool way of doing the pin trading. So as you guys saw, they just sanitize them there after you give them, and then they go back on the board and they handle them all with sanitized hands and all of that. Thank you so much. I don't know. We should ask. So as you guys saw there, Avatar Flight of Passage is a 30-minute wait.
Most of which is walking up to the ride.
And that's just midday prime time right now. So in some of the areas where you'd be closer than 6 feet to other parties, they have plexiglass up. This was Elaine and I were talking. I don't think you can probably see us very well right now, but this is actually the first time we've ever done this ride where we've had to go through the wait line at a slow pace. We've always done either fast pass or the after hours event where you're just walking straight through, and they actually shorten it a little bit there because it's a walk-on ride, almost a 5-minute wait ride for that. So it's kind of neat to be able to hear the sounds and see the sights that they developed for this wait line.
For your safety, please keep your face covering on at all times.
So that last room we went through there was the showroom, and they actually have hand sanitizer right before you go in there, so if you touch anything during your walk. But now we are
The second showroom.
in the second showroom. That's right. So they don't actually do the showrooms where they have everybody stand on the number. In fact, they have circle numbers, or you stand on your circle so that you can avoid the being too close to anyone.
Can everyone see me?
Oh, okay.
Great. Welcome to the Avatar program. Soon, you're going to have a chance to undertake an amazing Navi rite of passage, flying on the back of this powerful animal called an Ikron, or as we call it, a banshee.
Hopefully you're not ticklish, huh? That too. So one of the things that I was a little concerned about with Avatar Flight of Passage was that I tend to get motion sick, but if I have a lot of like 3D rides, but if I have a lot of air coming at me, that avoids it. And so I was worried about with the mask, because you have to leave the mask on your whole ride, although I looked over, about a third of the people in the car next to us didn't. But you have to wear your mask the whole ride, and so I was worried about the amount of air I would get, but that was very cool air, of course, and not cool like you're cold while you're riding it, but definitely enough to make you feel comfortable on your face. And it actually was really refreshing for the face.
It was actually.
Oh, so that ride is so spectacular, so beautiful, and it does such a good job. You guys may have noticed on the video with everybody giggling, there's the part when you're first linking to your avatar that it like almost tickles your stomach. It feels like it's being electrified a little bit, not your stomach, but the link between you and your avatar. And so, and then you're feeling the banshee breathe beneath you, and it's very interactive. And half-hour wait now is outstanding. When they start allowing more people in the parks, I think the wait line is going to be a little more challenging, because it'll be a lot of it outside, because the inside isn't made for social distancing. They've changed it so that it is social distance. And then when you actually get on the ride, there's a seat between you and the next party. One thing to remember is that you have to have your mask on the whole time you're in the queue lines. And so you want to make sure you hydrate before you go on a ride and then after, just so that you have enough liquid in your system to get you through the wait times. But you can take your mask off to drink, but you can't do it while you're walking around or while you're in wait lines. You need to do it sitting to the side somewhere where there's plenty of social distancing. Okay, so we're doing lunch at Satu'li Canteen. That's what it's called, right? Satu'li Canteen. And they have some really good vegetarian options. Have we eaten here before? Yes. And so we ordered what?
Crispy tofu. Yeah, I don't know what it's called exactly.
So like a crispy tofu bowl, and it's customizable. You get to choose your base. Your bases were rice and beans, noodles, or coleslaw. What's the other one? A sort of salad base anyways. And then you get to choose the dressing you want for it, which we chose creamy herb. They also had a green onion and a black bean vinaigrette. And so we tried the creamy herb. We'll let you guys know how it is, but we also want to go over the process for it now. So all of the main counter service restaurants in Disney World right now work the same way. You have to place a mobile order, so you have to make sure you have the app. It's the same app as you use your My Disney Experience app, as you used to use for fast passes and that sort of thing. And then you once you place your order, you wait outside the restaurant. It tells you when it's ready, and then you can go in and pick up your order. You also, as Elaine was mentioning, you have to have a credit card attached.
Or a Disney credit card.
Yeah, or a Disney gift card is allowed too. Now, things like the smaller things where you just go up and get like churros, or she was pointing over to the whatever pongatong, I don't know what it is exactly, but just the little counter service stuff where you're going to pick up ice cream or drinks or whatever. You don't have to mobile order. You can actually go and order there. But that's the way the mobile app works, and it works really efficiently and smoothly. You can customize it. You can do all the things you would at the counter. And then right now it says, I don't know if this will get it, but we're preparing your order, and shows you 2 of 3 bars done. And then it gives you your order summary, and you can look at all of that. Okay, so mobile order is ready, and it tells us to go to pickup 3. So we'll go up here. Boba? I wonder what flavor the boba is. Can you tell? So crispy fried tofu, beans and rice, a little bit of coleslaw, and then like a lime boba on top, Elaine said.
Slime, I said.
Oh, slime boba. Okay, Elaine's not a boba fan. Feels good to be able to take your mask off here, especially in air conditioning. You want hand sanitizer? Or you get it already? Tofu looks good. Okay, I'm gonna try the boba. Maybe I'm gonna try the boba. Oh, it is like a lime almost. Something, I don't know. Clever. What do you think of it?
Pretty good.
How much is this?
$12.99.
So $13 for this. But it's a lot of tofu and it's good. We do want to try the rice or the noodles. The noodles next time. We might do that this trip. It felt good. We're not stuffed after that. But Elaine and I do that a lot at parks. It's one of the ways we save some money. Is we split a dish, and so it was $12, and so we just had a meal for $6 a piece, ice water to drink, and we're satisfied now. And then when we go back to the room, we'll cook a dinner and and because that, and it also leaves us some room for snacks and such. So I think we definitely could have eaten one of those bowls, but we're satisfied with splitting one.
Oh, the water lilies are actually flowers.
Ooh, pretty.
That's very nice. Wow.
Okay, Elaine, so we're still in the wait line setup for when it gets busier. Where's the ride?
Oh.
So,
All those trees, you can't even see it.
yeah, it's up all the way around there. Yeah, so we're almost to Africa and they still have the wait lines set up. I know for me, if I was in Africa and wanted to go over and ride Flight of Passage and the line was that far back, I wouldn't do it.
He said, this is so awesome not having all these people here. It's like the Disney of old when we used to go back in the early 2000s, and their off season, it would just be like walk on rides. It's fantastic.
That is the feeling you get, is we're walking along like here, just show you guys. So
One couple in this whole promenade by the theater for the Festival of Lights.
So yep, there's, you know, for 100 yards or something, there's maybe 3 families total, including us. And
All the way to take it to the restaurant.
it is like off season though. Old off seasons where there's stuff closed that you would
Yeah, like all the food
that you
carts
would,
and stuff closed.
normally have open or whatever. But it is amazing just walking around and having it be empty. Okay, so we got a little bit of a surprise, a nice surprise serendipity. The Up Bird Show, we heard that all the shows were not open now, but as we were walking by the Up Bird Show, there was a sign that said a 3:30 show, and it's 3:10 now. And I asked the lady, I said, so how long have you guys been reopened? She said, just starting today. So
now.
we are getting to see the Up Bird Show. I'll show you guys how they have it set up here. I'll just look across over here because there's nobody there yet. But they have the handicap row up front is available. And then the next row closed. And then the next row is open. But you don't sit on any of these green stickers. So that next row is actually only open for the very middle of it. And then they have another row closed. And so then the next row is open for either side with 6 feet in the middle. And so on and so forth as you go back.
You have good viewing.
Yeah, so it's outstanding viewing. Like nobody can sit in front of us up until the handicap or wheelchair row. Elaine switched masks at lunch, after lunch, to her Superman mask. So one of the things I think is fun about this being back here, and obviously we would all prefer for COVID-19 not to be a thing and for 2020 not to have to deal with that. But one of the things that's fun here is there's new discoveries, like new ways of doing things. It just feels different. Disney has taken it very seriously and done a really good job of safety for everybody, their employees, and for their staff or for their customers. And so it just feels different, like Elaine was saying earlier. It feels a little bit like old Disney where it wasn't quite so crowded. But you're just experiencing things in a different way, which kind of refreshes everything. And it's kind of neat. Disney's done a good job of keeping the atmosphere while still maintaining the safety protocol.
Well, hello everyone, good afternoon. Hi, my name is Scott.
And my name is Adam. And how cool was that raven, right?
Yeah.
So cool.
Well, you know, ravens like that have been inspiring things to happen here over the past 20 years. I mean, people have gotten over their fear of birds here because of birds just like that, or gained an appreciation for wildlife. Even recently, we had an adventure with the gang from Up.
Right. And then 2020 happened. And man, things have been weird.
Yeah, so it's been just us and the birds the past few months, so we're so excited to have you guys back so we can share these birds with all of you. It's an African spoonbill, the pink one, a roseate spoonbill. And they get their name because of the way their beak is shaped, but a great flyer, right? And you might have noticed, he doesn't really make any sound when he's flying around either. That's pretty important because he is an ambush hunter.
So, Groucho, we have a pretty good audience on here today. I think they'd really love it to hear if you would say hello. Hello! Who was that, right? Okay, the coolest thing though, the Groucho, he's a yellow-naped Amazon parrot, and normally they're found in the forest of Central America, but he's grown up around people, so he's learned how to copy a lot of human sounds, which sounds a lot like talking. We'll see if he'll show off for all of you guys. He's super talented. Check this out.
That was so amazing.
What was that over my head?
That was so amazing. It was a good catch. So it wasn't the up show, and it wasn't the old show they did either. This is a kind of a brand new. Expedition Everest. The sign says 20 minutes. So here we are, about ready to get on Everest, and here is the way they give you social distancing in line. So I just asked him if one can still wait for front, and he said if they've got the space to do so safely, they will allow it. But it's not like it used to be where you're just pretty much guaranteed you can wait for front. So you can always ask if you want to wait for front. And here is our train. Who is that masked lady? We haven't ridden this ride not in the front in a long time. We almost always ask for front. We got to see him swing away at the end. We never get to see that. So much fun. The first time I ride it, when you're going backward, you know, the first time I ride it each trip, when you're going backwards, it always surprises me how intense it is. It's awesome. So we always ride it up front. So on the part where there's the shadow of him, we never see the part where he swings away at the end. He's always just tearing up the track, and then we drop down. And so, but there's a part where he swings at the end. So 4:25, so exactly 20 minutes to get through the ride. So that was pretty good. You can't tell, but I'm smiling inside. You see, they changed these so that you just pull the spoon you're touching, so you're not all grasping the same area. They thought about everything.
Oh, that's a fork.
Yeah, spoons are the ones with the round on them.
I see that.
Uh-oh, we took the last spoon. Okay, we'll do a spoon and fork. This will tell you how empty it is. This is usually like packed full. You want to sit here or you want to go back in there? It's already half melted.
Oh my gosh.
What do you think? You're prettier without your mask on. Although your Superman mask is really cool. Whoa. Hello, Dole Whip, my old friend. So that's the end of our day at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Our first day back in the park since February. So first day back with this whole social distancing thing. And hopefully we gave you guys a good view of what Disney's doing to protect people and kind of the rules and regulations for it. We'll show some of that in the future videos of this next couple of weeks while we're here. We'll show some of it, but not focus a whole lot on it, but we'll give you guys kind of a look at it in the other parks too. But it has its advantages for sure, just being in a park that's not all that crowded and waiting in lines where you're not shoulder to shoulder with people. It's kind of nice and kind of refreshing.
Awesome.
So has its downsides. Masks get annoying and tiring, but I think most of you probably are dealing with that where you live anyway. So but it was good. We were happy to catch that bird show, the first bird show since yeah, March for them, I guess. And that was fun to see. They did a good job with that, and the wait times were so manageable. Walk on for a couple of rides and 20-ish minutes for the other rides. So, but that's the end of our day at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and we'll catch you on the next one.